Hello and welcome to another episode. I've just recorded a video which was actually very entertaining, but then didn't press the record button. So there you go. I've made some investments, one being a microphone, so hopefully it's being picked up better. I'm still playing around with it, and between the last video and this video I've been touching up on my editing skills and messing around with it a little bit. So this one I thought I'd just jump into a random game. 1v1, don't know the players, don't know anything, so just jump into it, see what's happening. We've got the Magyars, again I'm making up new words, and then we have got the Malayans. Look how good I am. So it's a 1v1 and it is on, get these facts up, it's on arena, population 200, normal speed, no treaty, so pretty standard, pretty standard. Don't know what level these players are at. Just thought I'd just do something different. Here you can see the villagers are taking like 2 goats, 2 sheep down, and the blue team, they're a little bit more cleaner, straggler tree. So from an initial look and seeing how I play, which is not very well, I'd probably say these are sort of beginner slash intermediate sort of level. Nothing too grand. Just by looking at them, again, straggler tree, and optimum point is about 6 villagers on like a sheep or goat or whatever. That's where you don't lose any food from decay. But you can see here there's 2 or 3 on each one, so there's a lot of food being lost through decay. We can see here he's got 6. He's still got his straggler trees. You can see that he's put a villager here for whatever reason, and he's going to go straggler. So he's got the wood. You can see in the top left, he's got the wood. So he could just put a lumber mill, sort of here or here. It's a lot more efficient than here because, you know, for this one example, he's got to walk the whole way back to town centre and then walk back again. It's just really inefficient. So he does actually start to create a lumber mill over here. I'd probably just get these guys and just get it built quicker and start producing. That's fair enough. Here so he's putting there, but instead of putting it in, sort of clicking onto these trees and getting them to chop straight to trees, he's putting them next to it, just like he did down here. He's just putting them next to the building rather than just getting them straight to it. So this woman could already be chopping wood, yet she's just standing here whilst he does whatever. So that's one thing that I do. But it's interesting. Again, this whole thing is just to sort of not look at the professionals too much, because, you know, they make it look so easy, and just look at what people, you know, just a standard player who just likes to do it for enjoyment, have a bit of fun and all the rest of it, and see what they do. So here again, straggler, and we're on blue. So blue is actually pop capped now, and if we just go on to fog of war and just see what he's seeing. So he's obviously just done a straight line, hit trees. You can see actually 2 wrecks just from that one scouting. And then if we click onto the other guy, he's done no scout whatsoever. He's made sure, you know, the back of his base is protected. You know, you gotta make sure that's protected. You know, you don't want them coming around the back. You know, they could just, you know, jump off to this black thing and come round, and, you know, you gotta make sure. So that's probably another mistake as well. He should really just be covering this front end here, or doing, you know, look what's blue. And so if we go back onto blue's point of view, he's hit the wall and he's just now just exploring the wall and just seeing what's happening. So for him, you know, he can see his scout is still in there. So for him, he knows where 3 relics are. He knows where the base is, and now he's going to attack him as well. So he knows a lot more about purple's base. So you know, as you can see here, look, he's pretty much gone nowhere, and he's attacked already. So again, that's going to be time where it's just blue probably left him to run up there and just explore the map, and now he's probably just locked him on there and gone and done whatever he's doing in his base. Purple now is either going to make that guy run round to get away from him, and basically just distract him and spend less. You know, from the looks of it, it's not very high level, So that in terms of multitasking, it's not going to be too great. So he's spending more time over here doing whatever than over here. And he's still cutting straggler trees. He's got a lumber mill, just put them on there or over here. You can see he's got enough lumber to do it. He's got people on the berries, next to the berries, which is good. Probably should have put it a little bit further across, but no problem at all. That's all good. And then if we go back to blue, see what he's doing. He's got people on lumber. He's got gold already, still in Dark Age, but he's gone on gold early. I tend to leave that, you'll probably see, till sort of feudal age, unless I'm going for a really early rush with goths, so I get a little bit more gold. But and the professionals tend to say, well, I say professionals, yeah, they are actually professionals, tend to put like say 2, and that will get you up. If you start in feudal, that will get you up to the 200 gold by the time you're ready to go up to the castle. With Italians, I believe you get a discount on the going up, and a couple of other civs. But you can see there he's just lost his villager there, so that's again another problem. You know, you're trying to multitask, you send one over here, you get distracted over here, come back and you've lost your bill. I'm not too sure why he's doing that though, because he's got no villagers, unless he was planning to take these guys off berries. He's got no real villagers to do it. He's not got them sort of sitting around, and he's also invested heavily into farms, where he could potentially stay till feudal, maybe got the odd farm, and then done his horse collar upgrade, I believe it's called, and got it upgraded, and got extra, because what it does is basically cost the same wood, but you get extra food from each one, so it makes it a little bit more efficient, and you're not using wood as often to replenish these farms. That's not a massive issue. He sends another villager, and that's all good. And from here, what's happened there? So blue hasn't got their scout anymore. Something's obviously happened there. So blue's lost his scout. If you look at Fog of War, but he knows where the base is, he knows where relics are, so you know it's not a massive loss. Pink, again, he doesn't know anything, so if he'd lost his scout, he wouldn't have a clue where he was, what was happening, but that's all worked out well for Pink. So if we go back to Fog of War off now, it's getting bored of clicking in between. Blue, she's gone up to feudal. Believe, I've got to click again. Pink's up to feudal as well, so I believe he got there earlier. So we'll click these up here, you can see. So you can see Pink's got 3 queued or 2 queued now. Blue's got 1. Again, that just makes the idle time not as you know, that's one thing I do. I'll queue a couple up, so your TC's not idle if you're going to do other things. And he has put shot into gold. Fair enough. Do whatever. And where's he putting his? So again, he's putting his onto there, the lumber mill. That's fine, no problem. Pop capped. That's fine. And then you can see Pink is finally looking at the base. That's all entertaining. And again, nice, pretty walls. Pretty walls, you know, houses. You can tell I've been watching, playing with goths too often, because every time I see a house now I think wall rather than a house. But he's doing nice little sort of lanes of houses. You know, you could put another one next to it and it'd be like the Wild West. That's fine. And blue doesn't seem to have many houses. If we come on to blue, yeah, he's right on the pop cap, so he's going to get capped again here if he's generating a villager, which he isn't. So again here, idle time. Pink has got 6 villagers, he's got loads of house space. Blue isn't generating a villager, and as soon as he does, he won't be able to. So unless he's realised that and he doesn't want it coming up with the alarm, like, he's got no more population. Oh, there you go. So he's obviously started to try and do one. So he's gone straight up to castle. he's obviously delayed that now. He's delayed that so he can get enough food to go up to castle. So he's got 20, 25, 24 villagers. So he must still have his horse. Oh no, he's got an archer now, so he's gone for the single archer. So he's got 25. Pink has got 27. So not really to advantage. Pink is still generating him. He's still going quite hard, and he's got nowhere near the amount of food. So blue, you know, he's not really got much either. In terms of food, I mean, they nearly got the same really. He's got a lot of gold, but Pink is 1 age behind, and he's still got food to go up. And he's not even started, and Blue's sort of getting up to castle, nearly there, and Pink has now gone on to stone, and I'll probably mention this quite a lot. He's not put the mining camp one square away. He sort of put it right next to it, makes it a little bit inefficient, but for now it doesn't really matter. At this level, no one really cares. Blue's done the same, so two wrongs make it right, apparently. And so Blue's now going for another archer. He's pop capped again, so he's building a house. So he's generated a couple of archers. I believe he lost the other one to this cab. But yeah, so he's going for archers, and you can still Pink hasn't generated any sort of military sort of buildings. You know, with this horse, it gives him an advantage. If he's obviously seen that first archer, he's killed it, and we'll look at his resources. He's got the resources. I don't know why it's still, every time I click it sort of zooms back to a different part of the screen. It's not shoddy editing, well, probably is, but you know. So he's finally creating one now. But what I'd do here is just create a couple of skirmishes. They'd be very good counters for these archers. He's now obviously created a pikeman to counter that horse. So it's looking quite good. The advantage of arena, obviously, you can see all these stone walls. You know, in terms of an early rush, you can't really do too much because you haven't really got the units to take down these walls. Unless you sort of do a tower rush. And what you do is you go into this corner, put a tower here. I think that's quite actually a tree, maybe. Yeah, it's got a tree, so I block it. But you basically build a tower here, put your people inside the tower, put a waypoint within here, then jump back out, and that's how you get inside. And then you put a couple of towers in here. That's how you sort of do a tower rush. I might give it a go at some point. You probably won't look anything like what the pros do. But that's what I'm here for, to attempt what they do and make it look like it is, which is very hard, whereas they make it look very easy. So he's created barracks, fair enough, whatever. And with one shot, he's got his archers upgraded now. One shot, the horse is dead. And purple's actually creating another town centre here now. Quite a good position, to be fair. Wolves too far away to attack her. But here really he should be. I'd sort of go to wall this area, sort of protect that gold, that relic, and sort of then every so often start building extra wall out here, and just sort of get to a point where I'm sort of walled up against his wall and he's sort of got no response. But so he's created pikeman. That's stable. So again, he's selecting every military building apart from the one he really needs to counter this. But Blue's just sort of protecting that relic. As I said earlier, he knows where the relics are, or most of them anyway. So he's protected that one. Get that one back. That's gold advantage. He's going to be generating more gold without the villagers being sort of occupied doing it for him. So purple's gone quite heavy on these pikemen, even though he's not seen a single horse from blue. They've not even got their starter scout, because obviously he killed that earlier. We didn't see it, but he definitely killed it. And he's doing well. He's done a second TC, so you can now start generating a lot more from second TC. As you can see, like, he's got 5 on each now, whereas blue is not generated a single villager. So blue's sort of got the advantage, well, had the advantage, got up to castle quicker, but hasn't really done much. He's using his food. If we jump onto his point of view, so he's got loads of food. I don't know why when I jump onto blue's point of view it goes into pink's space. I'm not too sure about that, but so he's using all his food on these units and not really using many on villagers. So he started generating one now, but there's a lot of idle time there. Lumber mill's starting to become a little bit inefficient, so he's got the wood there. He could probably just invest and get another one quickly there if he wanted to use the wood that way. But he's sort of not generating villagers as often as pink with his 2 TCs. He has got the relic, and I believe he'll probably go for another one at some point. He has got the military, whereas pink has got military, but he's got the wrong military. They'll get easily picked off. I mean, he's got them upgraded compared to these. Again, he's got them archers, and they'll do the job quite easily. So he's going quite heavy on the stone. He's got 6 people on stone, and he's got more than enough for a castle already, but again, he hasn't started building it yet. Whereas if you look at blue, he's got 2, so he's got that early castle, but really he's sort of far from oh no, that is blue. So blue's got a lot of stone, but not many people on it, whereas pink is, that would make more sense, he's got a lot more on stone, not quite up to like a sort of a mountain full of castle, but that is what it is. And he's generated more than blue in terms of villagers. So now pink has got 46 villagers and blue has got 41, so a bit of an advantage there. Blue is getting pop capped. He's building a couple more houses. This is quite clever really, because if they do get into his base, he can sort of chuck a house here, jump in the TC, and if he does try to attack this wood line, he's now got to then go around here and just delay him, and he's got to then run through the TC. So I'm not too sure if that was his thinking or not, but that sort of gives him that possibility. And he's got another relic, so there's now only 2 more relics left, and pink does have one as well. So pink's got a relic as well. You know, with the thing as well, you can't multitask very well. Pros will make it look so easy, but here, you know, he's got his idle monk, where his monk could be getting to another one of these relics. And pink, I believe, we just gone to his resources, I believe that's a castle. Yeah, so blue's done the defensive castle, pink's done sort of a castle here, and he's actually lost that. So what he should have done is deleted that. He should have definitely deleted that, and he would have got most of his resources back. But because he's let it been destroyed, he's lost 650 stone, just like that. And it over in a couple of seconds, he had 1 villager on it. And I'm not too sure what this castle was going to do for him here. I mean, if he put a castle here, could get that gold, and he could sort of protect here a little bit. I'm not too sure the reason for his castle there, because obviously the guy could come around this corner. So it was sort of in no man's land, and as I say, he's lost a lot of stone. So blue's got the advantage again, and he's building a defensive castle, which is protecting his gold. He could have put it here and protected these golds instead of that one, but it's quite defensive. I mean, what he could have done, obviously he doesn't know and doesn't see what we're seeing, but he could have built a really forward castle and protected it with these men here. And purple's actually creating some horses, some knights and pikemen, which is quite a good combination. So these horses, if I was him, I'd get them straight up into the archers, and then just let your pikemen go man for man to their pikemen. And then blue is investing in some skirmishers, which I don't quite understand. I mean, they're cheap units, but they're not. They don't sort of really counter either of these. And blue sort of withdraws, not worth it. Purple's learned his lesson, and he's gone again for is that a castle? I thought he'd lost. We'll have to look after the game. I thought he'd lost his stone, unless he's bought some more. Could potentially see him bought some more. They'll be on this left hand side, so maybe you can leave it in comments and sort of tell me what went on there. Again, I can't even multitask when I'm looking at the video, let alone playing it. So that's this. I'm not actually seeing what happens in this. This is just as I said earlier, I did record a game, didn't press record, so I just jumped into a random match and spectated two people. So it's just completely random. So I don't really know the ending or any key points to look out for. So here he's building a unit, military unit, military building. There you go. And Purple's gone here and decided that he wants to protect his wall with houses. So instead of putting houses behind the walls and protecting your builders who have been building all day and just want to go home and go to sleep, they've actually got to stay outside the walls. They're not allowed inside. So I mean, he could just put them behind, and then if they do get past this, this high health sort of wall, they've then got to go through houses. So it sort of then just discourages them from going there, and they go somewhere else, and that's where you can sort of funnel them to where you want them to go. Whereas outside, again, they probably won't go here. They'll probably go somewhere else, but it just makes it easy, and you can get some houses lost and get pop capped if it does get to a stage. But again, castle's here. So Blue's retreating. Blue's got quite a lot of units, but he's not really doing much with them. He's just walking around. Purple's got some knights, but Blue obviously got the pikemen. So it's whether they want to take the fight or not, if it's worth it. And Purple have gone for a second castle. And here, what he needs to do is get his villagers in TC as soon as possible. Is he going to do it? Yeah, he's done it. So now he's cornered, and these knights just need to avoid the pikemen as much as possible, and sort of go for the archers. But the pikemen clean them up really easy. Look how quick they go down, and that's Purple's forces gone. Blue did quite well out of that. He's bringing more knights. What he needs to do here, as I said earlier, get a couple of skirmishes and a couple of long swords, and that will counter the pikemen and the archers. But instead of Blue then going for this here, because obviously he needs castles here, he's decided to retreat rather than go for the attack. And I suppose Blue can't see him building that second castle. You can see this one here. You can see this here now. So I believe, I'm going to put a prediction out there, he's going to come round here, and attack this area. I wouldn't personally go either way. I wouldn't go these two places. I'd sort of stay clear. And he's decided to do a second castle. Take that off. Decided to do a second castle right next to the first one, where here, this is definitely the second castle needs to go to this gold and protect his gold here, or sort of put it here. So then you're cutting off this line here, you can get people to these resources here. They can come through here, but again, you're funneling them to where you want them to go. But he's going to just put them right next to each other, making it look pretty, I guess. They're neighbours. Castle 1, Castle 2 can say hi to each other on the towers, but doesn't really serve too much. Again, here to say it's such a sort of aggressive well, not extra aggressive, but it's quite aggressive. I'd have chucked some more villagers this way and just made sure I got this built. But Blue is in Imperial Age, so he can get some trebuchets, which I don't believe we can see. If we click out here, we can't actually see. No, we can't see what he's building, but he's got two castles, so you can do double the production of trebuchets. Get them out early. You've got the advantage of Imperial Age. Purple's gone quite heavy on the knight, so that's delayed him. But just get pikemen, get a couple of trebs out here, and just sit them there and just destroy this castle. Because Purple's going quite heavy, as I say, into these knights, but they get perfectly countered by these pikemen. So Blue's lost a couple here, but again, that hasn't got the upgrade, so it's not accurate with its arrows at moving targets. And Purple goes for his fight, really shouldn't. He's lost a lot of resources there, and Blue's pretty much lost nothing. He might have lost one man, absolutely nothing though. He's trying to cause some damage here with the Vills, but what he should really do is, as soon as they jump in the TC, just run away. You've caused enough damage as it is defeating these knights, and and purple's actually garrisoned something that might be a trebuchet. Actually, saying that, no, he's still halfway up to his trebuchet. So blue's now going into knights as well when he doesn't really need to. He's, purple's not really generating anything else. He's not generated archers or anything like that. So what blue should have really done is just stay with the pikeman and just go into trebs. You can see he's also upgrading his knights as well. So he will have that advantage here. He's got some stables, so he's got more production. Getting a couple of knights out. He's got a single ram. Again, he just really needs to get these trebuchets. That's, it's gonna be funny when purple gets it to Imperial, if he goes straight for the so he's now researching ballistics, which makes the arrows fire more accurately at moving targets. I'm going to say, I'm going to probably be wrong, but I don't really care. So he's now using up to Imperial as well, so it'll be interesting to see if he jumps straight into trebuchets. If we've gone to his point of view, he's got tons of wood, tons of gold. He's looking for food, so he should probably get some more food. I don't really have that much in-depth knowledge. Don't know the ins and outs of each civilization, so I don't know if the units he's going to go for. I know, obviously these units he's gone for are food and gold, but if he's planning to go for gold and wood units moving forward, if he's just going to go straight for archers like he looks like he's doing here, he doesn't really need food. Not a massive issue. He just needs food to produce villagers. But saying that, if he does, he's going really heavy, so he's really going for it now. But if he does need to swap, he's going to be quite reliant because he's not got that many farms. He has got quite a lot, but not got the food income. So blue's finally creating trebuchet. He should have done this a lot earlier. He had the advantage, but he just sort of sat back, quite idle, quite passive. And if we look here, the castle has got murder holes, so it can fire down directly. Without that upgrade, they'd sort of be stuck and nothing happening. But the other castle must be the same. He's got these units garrisoned inside, and it's just going to pop out, destroy, jump back in, and that castle must be the same as well. So I'm not too sure if that was a good trade-off. He lost quite a lot of his units before he re-garrisoned and didn't really get much out of it because of these pikemen. They did quite well. The ram hasn't really done much damage, and he's got villagers over here. Again, I'd just be tempted just to wall that up and just protect them, just so they've got a funnel again. I say like I'd do it myself, but I definitely don't. Just funnel them through into the castles. So now blue's trebuchet. Again, I'd be tempted here. Just get a villager out, just wall a little box around it. Standard new play. Wall around it. So if he does try to charge out, like we saw a minute ago, like he is now, you've got this protected. So I wonder what he's going to do here. So he's gone straight for this ram, which isn't upgraded and just goes down very easily. But here he's sort of charging him, but blue's got it covered. He's not committed. But again, these purple units are just not getting very good trade off here. Look, he's charged straight in, destroyed that with ease. That's what I was saying. Just get a couple of walls around them, protect them. They can't get in, and the castle stays up. He's now upgraded his ram, but again here it's no point just chucking a single one in. Chuck 2 or 3, 4 maybe, just chuck them in, sort of overwhelming. But saying that, his units have been very good at destroying siege units, so it's probably not an option to keep charging these in, because these units, now it's upgraded, it's going to take a little bit more hits, but it's sort of not doing too well in terms of health. So but purple with these upgraded knights is doing really well, just to micro and just keep him out. He's now lost all his units, so he's not really got anything in numbers. He's just sort of chucking the odd one out, and blue sort of got a couple of knights. So what he needs to do now is just chuck out a couple of pikemen, just counter these. That's all he needs to do. A couple of pikemen, counter them. He's got a pikeman in there as well, so you've got a couple of villagers back here, but he needs to stop generating these units. He's wasting all his resources. Blue's got another trebuchet on the way, and this could be over already. Purple's here just got her villagers lots of villages outside his wall as well. So when blue does destroy this one, and if he does then turn his attention this way, because he obviously is aware of this, this could all these villages could be gone. You know, he's got 82. Blue has got 75. So blue's behind on the population count, but he's done a lot more damage there. And he's bulking up his trebuchets now, but really, you know, that was his opportunity. If he'd invested in trebuchets earlier, he would have done a lot more damage. And purple has obviously used quite a lot of his stone to repair the castle, and has built a third castle now. So this is, you know, you could do this. You just got bait and switch. You could get a couple of trebs firing here, distract them here, and then over this side, just get some units and maybe send an odd one there when you fight it and just scout it out. And then when you want to go and fully commit, sort of do a distraction technique here, and then just charge all your units around the back and attack here. That'd probably be a better option, because you know, you can see here he's invested quite heavy in the castles there. I mentioned earlier about putting a castle here. Again, I'm not too sure if that's the right place. Could have probably put it a little bit higher up, maybe. Seeing as you've got all these sort of military buildings here, or sort of hide it behind to protect them resources, because this is obviously within trebuchet range. Whereas if it was back here, you'd have your units a lot closer to him naturally, and you could sort of run out and snipe the trebuchets. But he's sort of just massing up his troops here. Purple's done the same. But they're sort of playing very passively. They're not really sort of running head in. And Purple now started adding swordsmen. He's got a couple of barracks at the back, just to counter them pikemen as well, which is all good. He's quite heavily invested in pikemen. I don't know, obviously you know the civilization, another word for you. Don't know the civilization in terms of if you can get these upgraded to halberdiers, but you know, they'll do the job. So now he's going to charge in again, but really, you know, what he needs to do here is protect these with a wall. I mean, it's screaming out for just a little wall just to protect them, as he charges in with his pikemen. And let's see how this goes. So they're sort of battling quite evenly. You know, the purple's doing quite a lot of damage to the pikemen, but the pikeman's just doing just as much. He's put his knights just in front, so he's done well just to protect them. They do get the odd hit off, and the long swordsman then come in here and just pick off the pikemen. You know, with ease. I don't think he's taking a loss here. Pikemen just take this out. So again, it might be a failed one. It might not. No, he's going to go down. It's definitely going to go down. He's got no villages behind, so that's one castle down. Perfect. But now he's still got two others, and he's actually great barracks around here as well. So he's going more into military, and blue is generating more as well. But I mean, they should either, one of them should sort of come down here and sort of try flank and get some military units back here, because if he's attacking here and then suddenly pikemen or whatever turns it around here, it's going to distract him and sort of split his units in half. But they seem to be sort of playing into each other's hands a bit, not really sort of exploring forward, where these villagers could just get straight up here and just cause a bit of trouble. Some people are a bit OCD and they don't like military buildings near the base, so it might take the units away from like here, and they might get distracted and start destroying that one bit of building or whatever there. But as you can see, blue is generating a lot of pikemen, a lot of knights, and purple's generating a lot of long swordsmen, fully upgraded, and horsemen. So I'm not too sure. Again, I don't really have that much knowledge, noob and all that, what these horses do against knights. But definitely the long swordsman against pikemen is a very easy counter, so these can easily get picked off. And he's going for then again a second castle snipe, and purple sees these and runs away, brings in his long swordsman, but these knights are just going to sit here they're not going to go straight into battle and leave his catapults free, or trebuchets, so they say, and they're going to go down. So that's well played. I thought what he's going to do and what he should have done is just keep his knights just in front and pick them off like he's done previously, but he's sort of let them jump into battle when he's lost his 2 trebs, but he has taken down the castle. So now they're just sort of again passively sitting there and massing their troops up. Don't want to just send all their army in and be exposed. They have got the resources, just lob them in, get a couple of trebs and just sort of fully commit, whereas these seem to be, purple seems to be sitting back and just sort of just accepting the pressure. Blue is doing quite well, to be fair. He's lost a couple of trebuchets, but he's taken 2 castles down now. And purple again, he's just expanding out with his villagers. You know, blue with these knights could just charge in here and just rip through this sort of economy. So at the back here, purple's obviously got all his attention at the front of his base, so he's left this mining camp idle, and he's actually got pop capped as well. So they've got all these resources out here. Blue finally comes over here. He could probably do a TC there, to be fair, town centre, and start generating villagers straight onto the to the resources. But we know what Blue's been like this game, not generating too many villagers. He has actually got quite a lot. Crikey, he's got quite a lot down here. Quite inefficient, so he could probably put these lumber mills, build a new one nearer, maybe take some of these villages away and build a 3rd one over here. But so that's economy is, you know, you can see the difference. This economy is really well protected right behind the base, whereas this one he's using it to do houses, where really he could have put this economy in the back, and we've obviously missed it now. But this is what I was on about. He can rip through. It looks like he's lost quite a lot of villagers, and he can just destroy that. So that's all of that resource, all that wood, all them farms gone. It looks like he's locked his villagers out of his own base. You know, as if it wasn't bad enough that they can't live within inside the walls, they can't actually get back inside the walls. And Blue's edge just done so much damage. So now purple has got, you know, 67 villagers, whereas blue has got 83. So a big advantage there in terms of resources. And blue's got, you know, quite a lot of wood and food, so he could go into the trash unit quite easily. You know, the skirmishers and the pikemen, and he just seems to be ever so he's just increasing these stable just further and further out. But it does look like he's going to go quite aggressive here. He's going to put up a tower. It looks like a watchtower. Yeah, just to see what's going on. He doesn't really want to chuck all these villagers forward and lose them all. But they've got so blue's got a monk as well, so just again, this is another thing that you don't think of when you're in the heat of battle. Just replenish these units and get them back up to full health. Whereas purple's got, you know, could see a couple of them just quite weak, but again, they're just massing their units rather than sort of keeping the pressure on. They seem to do a battle, pull back, you know, and then stage another battle and do the same. But it looks like I didn't quite see what's in that ram. I don't know if it is. I don't know what it is, to be honest. Oh, it's just pikeman. It could have been something else. I thought it was going to be something interesting. So he's got another treb, and he's just surrounded it now. He's got so many castles, and so many pikemen. But he's obviously struggling to get his sort of gold for the trebuchets. And purple's got 1 trebuchet, but he's not really doing much with it. And purple's just jumped in with his army. Really, what he should have done there with pikeman being forward, he should have chucked his longsword in first. He's given away his cavalry straight away. The knights just, you know, disappeared. And blue, you know, you can see all these pikemen just, you know, eating away, and the knights will just come in and clear with their swordsmen as well. So purple really took that battle quite horrendously. He's charged forward and he's done it all completely wrong, and this could be the end. This is just carnage. The trebuchet has gone down, and he's now then starting to trap that. But here it's looking like blue. You can just see the amount of blue there. Blue is just going to win this battle. He's got more. He's now flooding the units in. Look, he's got so many buildings. He's got trash units. He's got skirmishers, as I was saying earlier. He's got pikemen. He's pop capped again. Where, you know, and he's taking down 2 barracks, and he's now taking down a 3rd. So purple's now, he's still got quite a lot left in there, but he's losing his castles. He's got no castles. Blue's got 4 castles. He's not got the military units. Blue's got the resources. Pink or purple, should I say? He's struggling. Got no gold, so he's got the units. He's obviously invested heavily into fully upgraded knights, but they'll just be picked off by these pikemen. And it just doesn't look like he's got the resources, to be honest. He hasn't got the minerals, some would say. And again here, blue has just destroyed the mill and the farm that purple wanted to build out here. It's just destroyed it all, where purple should have used this space at the back to protect himself, a bit like what blue has done. So it doesn't look good, and I think purple's definitely going to lose this now. He's gone on here with he's gone in with his knights against pikemen. They're not fully upgraded, so he will do some damage to them, but it's sort of the perfect counter, and he's bringing more in the rear end as well. That sounded dodgy. And he should just clear these up, or at least do a lot of damage to them, as he's now got purple's got no castles. He's losing his houses. He's losing his barracks. Blue here, if we look onto blue's resources, not quite. I was going to say he could do really, but you can see his food, his gold was a lot higher. So blue could sort of do a very aggressive castle here. Purple's sort of panicking and sending, I don't know if that's a misclick, but he seems to just send all his villagers outside. And I'm not too sure, I think that's just a siege workshop. Yeah, it is, yeah. So purple just sent loads of villagers out here just to make it easier for the blue. Don't worry, mate. Don't come into our base. We'll just send them out here. We don't want them anyway. So purple's done quite well here, taking down these skirmishers. Not really any match, but these are just distracting the knights, keeping them busy. He's taking again another stable down, so he's got 4 stables, 3 barracks, 4 archers, 4. I can count, yeah, 4 barracks, not 3. I promise I can count. And blue sort of right on his doorstep now. He's got siege over here. He can generate a couple more. He can sort of keep the pressure on. He's got this gold here, so going into late game if he needed it, he can get this gold here. He's picking up the gold out back here. He's got stone he can possibly get here. He's got a tower on this gold, so he can get that gold as well. He can pick up that relic. Whereas pink he's got no resources. He's actually got some knights in the base as well, causing damage. He's got a lot of idle villagers here, and he's got no gold. He's got a couple of gold coming from the relic, but just the amount of people here, and he's not got the resources, and he's probably going to struggle as well to get the units up to battle these, because if he does defeat them, blue's got so many untouched military barracks and stables and all the rest of it. He can just regenerate the army pretty easy. So it's just a matter of time now, as he traps through the wall, and he's now going to charge in. And again, I don't know what pink is sort of doing here, if he's trying to run away with his villagers over into this corner, but he should be really doing it from there. But I think he's just panicking, to be honest. So he's getting lost all these. His villager count is now at 1. He's got 1 villager. That's literally it. So this one guy, he's the last surviving man. He's just chopping away. And he's like, I haven't seen David in a while, but I'm just going to chop away this tree. He might come back at some point. And that's it. It's called a GG. And that was it. It sort of, I thought purple, when they started off, they looked quite good, but as the game went on, blue sort of got the, he didn't make the most of getting up to Imperial Age first, but overall he sort of did a lot more with his resources than pink did. And if we look at the stats, blue also had better economy, with purple's being destroyed, better military. Purple did have a lot more technology, but when you look at these, you look at, he's traded a lot better. He's lost a lot less units and and then pink, he destroyed a lot more. Pink didn't even, or purple, whatever, we'll go with pink, didn't destroy a single unit or a building, sorry. And the armies were quite similar, and resources weren't, you know, pink actually did mine a lot more gold, so he did run out of his gold quicker, and he didn't get the ones which were neutral, but blue seemed to use his gold a lot more efficiently, with them pikemen who didn't cost any gold. And then with technology, you know, pink did get up quicker, blue got a lot quicker up to castle, and again a lot quicker up to imperial. They had 6 minute advantage, but I don't think he really made it count. And you can see just sort of the amount of army he had in comparison to pink at the end of that game. But that's it. Thank you for watching, and until next time.